The next main component of online courses that we want to look at is interactivity. We want to promote active learning experiences for the students. We don't want them just to be absorbing information that's presented to them on a computer screen. So with Schoology, we want you to still consider using your LFS strategies, the strategies you use for columns writing, and any other research-based strategies that you have developed over the years. So Schoology is going to basically just play a role in that. We see Schoology as being a tool used for blended learning environments where you choose to do whatever makes sense, whether it's online or in person. Think about the end goal that you want and what you're trying to accomplish with your learning activities, and see if Schoology can play a role in helping to keep your students organized and provide an opportunity to give them feedback that's meaningful. There's plenty of ways that Schoology is going to play a role in interactivity, and this is one of the main reasons that we moved away from Moodle. If you look at the base strategies for different things you can do within Schoology, you'll see that the interactive components or materials that are within a Schoology course are similar to Moodle. The first one that I've listed there is assignments, and these assignments are basically like a Dropbox where the students submit something. So these are great because the student makes some sort of submission and only they can see it along with you as the teacher. Nobody else can see it. So it's a great way to give personalized feedback to the students. What's cool about Schoology is that it easily lets the students either upload a document, enter text, or add images or whatever they need to within a Schoology page, or they can even pull a document from OneDrive if they have it created in Office 365. So all of those ways that the students submit are very easy for them to figure out and very quick for them to do. In addition, there's also discussions, which work similar to what they did in Moodle. However, I think that these settings are much easier for you to decide if you want the students to be able to see other posts before the other students make their post as well. Then there's also assessments, and I just want to clarify that any of the assessments or tests and quizzes that you build should be used for more of like your formative checks. We're still with Mastery Connect for another 2 years, so we're not recommending that you make any drastic changes to how you're doing your common assessments. We believe that you should stick to what you've been doing, so that way we're getting consistent data and we can make educated decisions based off the standards that we have set up in Mastery Connect. These assessments are great in Schoology for doing quick checks, and there's some cool question types that would give you quick feedback to determine if the students are getting what they need to out of the lesson that you're running. And then also one thing that's new with Schoology is the use of a media album. You can basically set up an album where if you had the students working on creating some sort of graphic or video or something, they could upload to a media album and then allow all of the students in the class to share to that media album and then also view what other students have been doing. So this could be a cool project depending on what you're doing. So everybody contributes to that media album. In addition, it's very easy to embed things into Schoology to make the learning interactive for students. I have a couple listed on this slide, but you can embed YouTube videos, Edpuzzle videos, PowerPoints from Office 365, Prezis. Some of you like to use Padlet. I mean, there's a bunch of different things that you could embed. Basically, all you have to do is get the embed code from whatever site you're using, and then it's easy to go ahead and bring that over into Schoology. And then one thing that's really cool with Schoology, and we're not entirely sure what these look like yet because we're still learning as well this summer, but there's a bunch of different tool integrations that would be built into it. Each tool kind of works a little bit differently from what we've seen, but it looks like we're going to be able to have full tool integrations with the ones that we have listed here. These include Discovery Education, BrainPop, OneNote Class Notebook, OneDrive Assignments, and Mastery Connect. With the Discovery Education, for anyone who's using the classes in Discovery Ed, it looks like we're going to be able to connect your classes so that way your rosters are pulled from Schoology, and things that you would assign the kids to do can actually be assigned within Schoology. So we're currently working on that. BrainPop is set up, and it works a little bit weird, but it basically allows you to assign things from within Schoology. It's a little bit weird just because students basically click on a link that's generated in their Schoology course, and then they still have to set up their account and everything, but at least it is functional that they can do this stuff from BrainPop within Schoology. The OneNote class notebook integration is pretty interesting for any OneNote users because it allows you to basically make a page, distribute a page as an assignment in the class notebook, and then that assignment also registers as an assignment in Schoology where you can give feedback and put a grade in. And there's also OneDrive assignments, which we'll potentially look at in a future training, but it allows you to take a OneDrive document and then post it as an assignment, so when students click on the link for the assignment, it generates their own copy of the document and allows them to make changes before submitting. And then finally, we're also going to be able to get Mastery Connect to connect to Schoology, which would allow student grades to be able to be dumped into Schoology as well. So there's a lot of great ways to make learning interactive for students, but like I said before, just keep in mind what you want the students to get out of the learning activity and don't focus solely on the technology. We want to see if we can make the technology fit your needs.